Hello, ladies and gents. Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm back. Sorry for the delay. Sidebar. New videos will be up, tomorrow and this weekend for my ASMR channel, Romie Whispers ASMR. As you know, I've had that channel up for a couple of months now. Please go there. There's a bunch of videos on there, so enjoy. As well as I'll be doing more music reaction videos, so stay tuned for that. But let's just talk about, for a couple of minutes, Lena Waithe. Lena Waithe had a conversation. I don't know if you can even say with the Breakfast Club, because it was really just Charlemagne. Charlemagne's been doing a lot more one-off interviews as of late, and this one was no different. So Charlemagne was talking to Lena Waithe, and she wanted to make a couple of things very clear. Here's the story. Lena Waithe is being blamed for allowing misconduct to happen on her show and on her set, The Chi, regarding Jason Mitchell and the female actress who decided she didn't want to be a part of the show anymore because she was being harassed. We don't know if it was physical, we don't know if it was verbal, but she was being harassed in the workplace. We don't need an explanation. And Lena Waithe is trying to, make it clear that she does acknowledge that she could have done more, especially sooner, in order to make sure that other things that continued on or followed up didn't occur. But she put out a couple of points. She's saying that she doesn't actually own the show, the Chi. The network does. The network, I guess, production company, what have you, owns the show, so she officially cannot hire or fire. She can go and say who she feels like should be let go or should be a part of the show, or who she would like or who she doesn't like, but she officially cannot hire and fire them. And said, okay, that makes sense. That puts stuff into context. She said that she changed out the showrunner in season 2 when she had more pull at the network, so she brought in a black woman who she felt would be more accountable, and the day-to-day operations person, I forgot the official title, but she also made that a queer woman or a queer black woman. And so she thought those changes would go and help facilitate better outcomes. And when I say better outcomes, I mean this mess not happening. Unfortunately for her, that was not the case. What ended up happening is it continued on. She was told by the showrunner that things were being handled that really weren't being handled, fully handled. And because Jason, towards the end of season 1, that's when she learned about any misconduct stuff. Still to this day, apparently, she does not fully know what happened, what level, what type. She just knows that one of her actors was willing to leave or wanted to leave because of it. Now it sounds like she's not coming back to the show. Not Lena Waithe, but the actor who played, Brandon's girlfriend on The Chi. It sounds like both of them aren't coming back to the show. It seems like maybe it's just too many bad memories now for her to bounce back from that. Understandably, Jason Mitchell, as we've heard, is dropped from there, as well as other things, because this isn't the first case. There was just so much evidence against him that they felt like, we need to go and do something about this. But the conversation lasted for 40 minutes, or at least that's what was put up on the Breakfast Club. If it was any longer, they cut something out. But if they didn't, it was around 40 minutes. And it was 40 minutes of her essentially saying similar stuff, but in different ways, just really trying to drill in the fact that, hey, I acknowledge that I should have not taken such a hands-off approach in this case, and not put my trust and belief that, I put in other people who will handle this, and they ended up not handling it the way that should have been handled, and which allowed misconduct to continue on into season 2, because originally, I guess Jason was reprimanded. I keep saying I guess. Jason was reprimanded based on what Lena said, and that they were still overall open to working with him in whatever capacity it was, because his co-star said that she was still open to working with him, which again makes sense. It's like, how many opportunities are there really? And if this is something where it's like people are on it, people are watching you, you're not gonna be able to do, in theory, do the stuff that you did before. And maybe it wasn't just so disgusting that I can't at least try. I didn't say will, but try to work with you. Hey, unfortunately, whatever exactly was continued, and after the season was wrapped up, because now we're gonna be going to season 3 eventually. He's off the show. She decides she didn't want to come back. The door's still open. Her character, Jerica, can still be revitalized if she wants to, based on what Lena said. But Lena, again, she acknowledged that, yes, she should have made sure that the steps, the things that were set in place to not allow that stuff to happen again, were solidified and were reinforced. But she was like, realistically, I'm working on so many things. I can't be on set every day watching stuff. That's why you have people that you trust to report back to you. One, make sure that stuff isn't happening. Two, if something does happen, report back to you and let you know, hey, here's what's going on. We need to escalate it. That's what was supposed to happen. It wasn't happening that way. And now the fault is coming back on Lena because we don't know these other people. Now, again, yes, on some level, except for, the female actor, almost everyone else has some blame. As we know, the biggest person is Jason. The second biggest people are the people who let it go on this long because the Shy was successful. We can't discount that I'm sure that wasn't possibly the case. Now, I'm not talking about Lena Waithe. I'm talking about people above her and in more control and equity in the show. It's like, Lord, because the character Brandon is so ingrained into multiple storylines that's like, what? I guess they're gonna kill him off at the end of the season or something, or at the middle of the season. However they're gonna do it, I don't know. I guess maybe everything was already shot. I don't know how the show works, but clearly I do believe that Lena did do things to try and stop this from happening. I appreciate the fact that she acknowledges that, hey, I should have been more physically on top of this instead of delegating it to other people, because it was delegated to other people and it was happening in the first place. But I can't put the blame just solely on her. The blame mainly goes on Jason, but I can't even just put blame on her, because there are other people, as was said, that already knew that this was a situation, and I'm sure also perpetuated it, looked the other way, whatever, just kept low, didn't say anything. Or maybe they did say something, but they weren't in high enough positions to have actions done. This is so... I'm trying to remember what else she said, because I know obviously she's working on the other stuff right now. But it's just really messy. It's really messy. I'm glad that the actor who plays Jerica, she can come back if she wants to. I mean, I wouldn't if I was her, because for 2 seasons you have to put up with that mess. And I don't need to know what happened to know that Jason getting fired means that it was something. It was, even if for her it wasn't the worst, stuff, it was still wrong, and it wasn't the first time, it wasn't the last time. It happened to more than one, female co-lead or person, and I guess maybe even the showrunner got caught up in that mess, and she was feeling uncomfortable. There's just a lot of factors to this. I know that I'm regurgitating the same thing, but I'm doing that because that's what Lena was doing. She was essentially saying the same thing over and over to try to just drill in, hey, I don't own the show, I can't hire and fire people. What I can do is try to put things in place to make sure that certain things don't happen, and if they do, real action is done. But that wasn't the case, and it didn't happen. And there's other people who are at play in this, but they're people who you don't know. And so because you don't know them, the media can't involve them either. And I guess there's certain things that she also does know, that because she didn't get the okay, from the actor who plays Jerica to say, yeah, you can go ahead and say this, she's not putting it out there. What I do know is Jason's career, people don't understand. Unless you're basically the owner or something, you own equity, everyone's replaceable. Even owners, they can replace them on some level, even if they still own the thing. Maybe they just don't be the face anymore. So everyone is replaceable. And Jason had to learn that the hard way. I'm still going to support Lena Waithe's stuff. I'm not looking at her as, oh, the show was successful, so she just looked the other way, because that's silly. That's like an old Hollywood and network mentality. Nowadays, even just with logic, using the logic, nowadays, you have to think about it. What's in the dark comes to the light. And whatever variation of the light is, it gets exposed. And the last thing you want is for you to look like the bad person, or to actually be the bad person with that. So that will derail everything else you have going on, because they're ready to give the money to someone else. Trust and believe, and don't ever forget that. So that's all I have. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm back. And check out my video for the haves and have-nots, and keep a lookout for my new music reactions that'll be coming out. I'll attempt to record it at midnight tonight so that it can be out on Friday, but we'll see. And ASMR, Romie Whispers ASMR.